At this year's NFL Draft, 5 quarterbacks were taken in the first round. 4 of them played this year, with 3 going to the playoffs and 2 actually playing in the national championship game. So why is it that Trey Lance, the one quarterback that didn't play this year, that was considered the biggest boom or bust quarterback of the draft, was drafted ahead of the 2 quarterbacks that played in the national championship game? What was it that made the 49ers go all in on him? When it comes to a decision like picking a franchise quarterback, you have to look beyond just physical attributes and stats. You have to look at what led to them being in this situation. Basically, what makes them tick. And in the case of Trey Lance, this seems to be proving people wrong. Back when he was in high school, his school went through 3 straight state tournaments under Lance's direction, and suddenly the spotlight was bright. Not everyone, though, was bought into the hype. Coaches and scouts started showing up to watch Lance play, only to be treated to a run-heavy offense more than a Trey Lance clinic. Only one Power 5 school made him an offer, and that was to play linebacker of all positions. There was also Lance's brush with the University of Minnesota. He grown up a Golden Gophers fan, attended a Gophers summer camp, and negotiated his own unofficial visit with Coach PJ Fleck, but Fleck only saw him as a safety, and recruiting services almost instantly followed suit, reclassifying Lance as an athlete rather than a QB, which in my opinion is a problem with college football recruiting. But hey, let's get back to the point. Trey Lance didn't care how he was classified. He wanted to play quarterback. After sniffs from Air Force, Boise State, and a few others, Lance committed to North Dakota State. Every year around the draft, sports analysts argue about how you shouldn't draft this one QB because he played at, insert school name here, Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, because, no quarterback drafted from there has been successful, and there is no QBU in college. North Dakota State fans would like a word with him. And who can blame them? North Dakota State is amid an era of unprecedented production for their program's QBs. Brock Jensen earned a camp invite from the Dolphins after throwing 34 touchdowns as a senior. Carson Wentz went number 2 overall to the Eagles after starting as a dual threat in college, and also was part of the reason why the Eagles won the Super Bowl, mind you. And then Eastick was drafted by the Chargers after scoring 85 times his final 2 seasons. So what kind of success did Trey Lance have when he finally started? Well, let's see. As a 19-year-old, he won the Walter Payton Award, the Jerry Rice Award. He had a school record of 3,886 yards, while guiding the Bison to a national title in college football's first 16-0 record since Yale went unbeaten in 1894. Oh, he did this while throwing for 28 touchdowns and no interceptions. He would have played a second season if it weren't for COVID, but for some draft experts, even if he played a second year, they wouldn't rank him high for the 2021 draft. Or if they did rank him high, called him a risk because of the FCS teams he faced. These same draft experts ranked Zach Wilson high, though, and his only challenge this year was Coastal Carolina. But it seems all these draft experts missed something that only Kyle Shanahan saw. The current Shanahan offense was built off of the same offense that Mike Shanahan, Kyle's dad, used to win 3 Super Bowls. But the offense wouldn't have worked if these 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks weren't there to manage it. So to say a certain QB is needed for the system is an understatement. So that leads us to draft week, where Lynch and Shanahan had their pre-draft, conference answering questions, and Shanahan basically answered what his ideal quarterback was.
Man, you want to find Drew Brees who can move like Lamar Jackson.
I found this interesting, more so when Trey was drafted. To most people, Drew Brees was the smartest QB to ever play the game of football. So to draft Lance is Shanahan saying that Lance was the smartest QB available in the draft and is as smart with the ball as Drew Brees was. And you can watch vids from other people who are more qualified than me to see that he was the smartest QB with the ball in the draft. That's the ultimate question. Can this Minnesota kid who played FCS ball succeed in the NFL? He definitely has one of the best chances to succeed just for landing in San Francisco, in which most people will call this season an outlier since they just had a Super Bowl run the year before. His success is also depending on Rich Grangarello, the current QB coach of the 49ers. He was originally on the staff back in 2017 and notably helped teach Jimmy G a bare-bones 49ers offensive plan in which Jimmy then proceeded to win 5 games. But that is an entirely different point. Rich Grangarello is important in Trey's development. Just look at Justin Herbert, the offensive rookie of the year. He claims his own QB coach was important in his development, and 49ers are hoping Rich can be Trey's. The more important thing is playing time. Remember, we are talking about a QB who hasn't played since he was 19, if you don't count that one game he played last year. So to say he will have some rust will be an understatement, and it's Kyle Shanahan and newly appointed offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel's job to find where they can put Trey in this offense, because like it or not, till something happens to Jimmy, he's the starter for this year. And if he is back in 2019 form, the chances of Trey starting is slim. Now, I currently don't have an opinion on if Trey should have a Taysom Hill type role this year, but I feel he should be used where his physical gifts can help this team with, QB runs and heck, something like what the Saints pulled in the divisional round against Tampa Bay. But in case when Trey does start, the future seems bright in San Francisco.